Hi guys, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be looking at Solana, currently the 6th largest cryptocurrency by market cap. And I'll give my thoughts on how many Solana I think you'll need to be a millionaire in this bull run with detailed price predictions. I'll cover Solana's tokenomics, the odds of Solana ETF being approved this year, and also compare Solana versus Ethereum. And finally, I'll give my thoughts on Solana's future outlook. And if you like this content, please be sure to hit the subscribe button to help support the channel. Okay, now let's begin. About Solana. Solana is a proof-of-stake open-source blockchain, which is designed to host smart contracts, decentralized applications, otherwise known as DApps, and decentralized finance platforms. It was founded in 2017, and what makes Solana unique is it can currently process up to 50,000 transactions per second, and in the Solana white paper, it states that the blockchain is capable of processing up to 710,000 transactions per second, but this hasn't been achieved yet on the live environment. To put this transaction speed into some kind of perspective, Ethereum, the main competitor to Solana, currently can process only 15 transactions per second. But this could all change when Ethereum does eventually complete its transition roadmap that will allow Ethereum to process up to 100,000 transactions per second. Unlike other proof-of-stake blockchains, Solana uses a proof-of-history mechanism, which gives it an advantage of lower transaction cost and faster speeds for processing transactions. But the downside to the speed and lower cost is that it's less secure. Sol is the native cryptocurrency token of the Solana network and is used primarily to verify transactions, for staking and securing the network. It is also used as a governance token, making management and improvement decisions on the network. In terms of decentralization, Solana is said to be more centralized than other blockchains, meaning more insider controlled than other blockchains like Ethereum and Cardano. If we look at the diagram, it shows the token allocations for Solana, Ethereum, Polkadot and Cardano. And we can see that Solana has 48% of tokens held by insiders and 13% of tokens held by the foundation. When comparing this to Ethereum, who have only 15% insider held and 5% foundation owned tokens. The higher the percentage of tokens held by insiders tells us the more centralized the blockchain network is, which in some ways goes against what many crypto investors want to see in decentralized future. Solana supply and tokenomics. Solana has a total supply of 603 million tokens and a current circulating supply of around 531 million tokens. The Sol token is primarily used to verify and pay for transactions, staking and securing the overall network. And the token distribution of Solana is as follows. 20.2% is allocated to team, 25.6% is allocated to seed cell, 20.4% is allocated to founding cell, 8.2% is allocated to validator cell, 3% is allocated to strategic cell, 2.6% is allocated to public auction cell, and lastly 20% is allocated to foundation. It should be noted that the Sol tokens were distributed by Solana in 5 funding rounds, with the first 4 being available to private sellers only and not to the public. You can stake your Sol to help secure the blockchain and in return earn staking rewards, which are on average paid at around 5% annually, which isn't a bad return on investment. Solana ETF Approval. There has been talk for some time that Solana may be getting a Solana ETF, and now the odds of that happening in 2025 is at almost 100% according to 2 top Wall Street analysts. They believe it's likely alongside Solana, Dogecoin and XRP will be approved by the end of year as well. But what is an ETF? An ETF or exchange traded fund is an investment fund that holds assets like a stock and trades on the stock exchange. It allows investors to gain exposure to the crypto asset, in this case Solana, without having to manage a wallet or self-custody. It also offers exposure to institutional investors like big banks or hedge funds who have a large amount of capital to invest, so it's seen as a huge plus for crypto companies that get listed. As we can see from this chart, this shows the odds of an SEC approval from analysts, which gives Solana odds of approval at 95% in 2025. Other crypto projects like Dogecoin, Cardano and Polkadot have been given 90% odds of approval in 2025. So overall, I see this as a really big step for both Solana and the cryptocurrency market, as it will bring more money flowing into crypto in general, which will help not just the coins mentioned, but other similar projects as well. Key points of Solana. Solana has several benefits that make it a great blockchain solution, including faster transaction speeds. Solana can process up to 50,000 transactions per second, making it faster blockchain currently than its main competitors like Ethereum. Low gas fees. Solana offers much lower gas fees with costs as low as a fraction of a penny. This makes it stand out over, say, Ethereum, where high gas fees have been an issue when demand on the network is high. Proof of history. Solana uses proof of history, which improves the blockchain's scalability and offers lower transaction costs. Powering big companies. The Solana network powers and integrates with companies from all over the world, including Circle, Meta, Google, Shopify, to name just a few. Solana versus Ethereum. When comparing the ecosystems of Solana and Ethereum, they both use the proof of stake consensus mechanism, but Solana uses the proof of history consensus mechanism, which allows Solana to be a more scalable blockchain. In terms of transaction speed, as we mentioned earlier in the video, Solana wins hands down currently as it offers 50,000 transactions per second versus Ethereum's 15 transactions per second. When it comes to reliability, I have to say Ethereum has been far more reliable, not just because it's been around longer, but in recent years Solana has unfortunately been plagued with downtime and outages, which the founder of Solana has said was due to the network's low-cost transactions. Decentralization is a key issue for Solana, as it has a very high percentage of sold token supply controlled by insiders and the foundation, which isn't good for decentralization, because if they were suddenly to sell a number of tokens onto the market, the smaller investor could quickly find the sold price being devalued, which makes me as an investor a little uneasy at the thought, and for that reason feel Ethereum is a better decentralized blockchain platform. Finally, when comparing Solana and Ethereum's gas fee rates on the blockchain, Solana wins this one with its gas fees on average only a fraction of a penny, compared to Ethereum's average gas fee of around $2.40. So to conclude, when it comes to scaling, transaction speed and gas fees, I think Solana currently beats Ethereum, but on reliability and decentralization, Ethereum is still ahead of Solana in these areas. How many Solana to be a millionaire in this bull run? Okay, so before we look at the price predictions for Solana in this bull run, let's remind ourselves of Sol's previous all-time high price, which was $294 back in January 2025. With this information about the previous all-time high price, let's now look at the current market cap of one of its main competitors in the space, Ethereum. As we can see, the current market cap of Ethereum is around 307 billion, and I believe that Ethereum could go higher than this in this remaining bull market. On the conservative end of my price prediction, and not financial advice, just my opinion, if Solana was able to increase its market cap to 212 billion in this bull run, then this would give it a price of $400. On the mid-range of my price prediction, if Sol was able to get to a market cap of around 424 billion, which does seem doable for Solana in this bull market, then this would give it a price of $800. Finally, on the top end of my price prediction, if Solana was able to get to a market cap of around 531 billion this bull run, then this would give it a price of $1,000. I believe a price of between $400 and $800 Sol is possible in this bull run. But how many Sol would you need to be a millionaire in this bull run? And let's be completely honest, it does have a big market cap already, so will require a large amount of capital at this stage, as we will see. So using a crypto profit calculator, if we enter the current price and the predicted sell price of $400, we can see it would require a significant investment of $350,000 at today's price to get to the $1 million mark in this bull run. If we do the same again, but this time set the sell price at the higher end of our price target prediction of $800, you would need an investment of $175,000 at today's price to get to the $1 million mark in this bull run. And just for fun, if Solana was able to get to the $1,000 price prediction, which I don't think is likely in this bull run, then this would require an investment of $140,000 to get to the $1 million mark in this bull run. At the $400 price prediction, you would need to buy around 2,500 Sol, which is an investment of $350,000 at today's price to become a millionaire with Sol in this bull run. At the very high end of our $800 price prediction, you would need to buy around 1,200 Sol tokens, which is an investment of $175,000 at today's price to become a millionaire with Sol in this bull run. And finally, at the $1,000 price prediction, you would need to buy around 1,000 Sol tokens, which is an investment of $140,000 at today's price to become a millionaire in this bull run. Solana future outlook. I believe Solana's future outlook looks positive, given the fact it is not far away from a Solana ETF this year, which when approved will give exposure for institutional investors like big banks or hedge funds who have large amounts of capital to invest in Solana, which will be massive. Also, Solana has secured big investment partners who will be able to support any future growth and development on the blockchain, which is important for longevity moving forward. So with all this said, Solana has an impressive blockchain and strong development team behind it. So if it can continue to grow and innovate in the years to come, it will give it a very good chance to possibly surpass Ethereum in terms of market cap in the future.